Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some really interesting information to go over. New potential leaked images for a Mega Meganium and a new double form have popped up for Pokemon Legends ZA. We also have some new Nintendo Switch 2 information to take a look at as well. A lot of things to break down and get into. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try to hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over these new alleged leaked images for Pokemon Legends CA. So it's always nice to be in leak season because things like this are popping up a little bit better than your normal random 4chan post because we actually have images accompanied with the text. So this actually is a bit of a timeline, to be fair. It started off during this weekend. We had this double image pop up accompanied with this text here. And then that was all good. That was all dandy. People were like talking about that. And then I think last night, this image popped up with another variation of the double form, Mega Meganium, and also the Mega Evolution item with some Japanese text. And then that was accompanied with this text here. So there's a lot of stuff to kind of go over. I don't know if there's going to be a part 3 to this. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But either way, these are some really cool kind of images to go over. So we're going to start with this one. This is a new double form. It's clearly a fire type. I think it goes into detail on the type and stuff in the text anyway, but I just wanted to quickly look at the image. So we do have some text here as well, which I don't know what this is. It looks like Mon. I think that's Pokemon because I think that's like an E there. And that's just a Mon there. So it says Pokemon there for whatever reason. So it's a new double form for Pokemon Legends ZA. The background is very interesting as well because I'm trying to think where this would be in like a Lumiose City. Because this kind of looks like a, I guess like an area, like a sort of, I don't know, like a kind of, like, I'm getting Ruins of Alph vibes from this kind of location in the background. But yeah, I don't know if this would also mean that Wooloo would be getting a new form. Don't know if that would make sense in a Pokemon Legends ZA game. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. But I do really like this image. It looks really cool. The horn's kind of a lot longer. It's got these sort of red spikes on its back. It's still got all the kind of wool and everything like that. But yeah, I'm definitely down for this. I like this image. I like this image a lot. So let's see what the text says for this Pokemon. So it says Kalos double. It is a fire steel type. So originally I wouldn't have guessed fire steel. I would have guessed like fire, ground, or maybe just pure fire, but apparently it's going to be fire steel, which isn't ideal for, you know, ground types and all that jazz. But either way, Kalos double, and then as well as that, it says Mega Johto and Mega Kalos starters. For Alligator is going to be Water Dragon, Meganium is going to be Grass Fairy, and Typhlosion is going to be pure fire. So the way that this is that I assume the Johto starters would be the starters for the game, and then the Kalos starters we'd get like later on in the, I guess, in the wild or whatnot. But this also isn't picking like random starters from different generations. It's just the Johto starters and then the Kalos starters. So that's what it is. So, I mean, I wouldn't be mad about that because I really, really like the Johto starters. And I think Mega for Alligator and Mega Meganium would be really cool. We have just had a Typhlosion form. Are they going to do Typhlosion twice in one game? Probably not. But at the same time, Mega Typhlosion is a little bit different to Hisuian Typhlosion. And there are Pokemon out there that have got multiple forms with Mega Evolutions as well, like Charizard and stuff, for example. So it is kind of nice that the Johto starters would be getting some love because they haven't had anything in forever since Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So we'd be getting Mega Johto and Kalos starters. And then it says returning characters. So Luca and Geeta are going to be returning. So I don't know how they would return. Like, we haven't had any information about what time this is set in. So unless they are teleported here, or if it's like ancestors or descendants or whatever of Geeta and Luca, I don't know how else they would appear in the game. But then it says Luca helps you investigate power shortages in Lumiose City. Zygarde cells are consuming power. And it says no past themes are in the game. Lumiose City is trying to redevelop after Lysander's actions in X and Y, but there are problems in Kalos causing Zygarde to scatter itself around Lumiose. The more Zygarde cells you obtain, the more Lumiose can redevelop and more Pokemon start getting introduced into the city. So this takes place right after the events of X and Y, it looks like. So it's not set in the past, it's not set in the future, really. It's just straight after X and Y, or maybe like a year or two after X and Y. So that's how Geeta and Luca appear and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just like, why wouldn't we have had these Mega Evolutions in the X and Y game? If it was only a couple years later on, surely would have had access to the Kalos Megas because we get the Kalos starters in that game. So personally, that that's a bit of a red flag to me. It doesn't really make sense, like, chronologically, in my opinion. But either way, that was the text that came with the double form. It says new Pokemon ZA information, by the way. This was posted, like I say, on the 21st. It's the 23rd today, so yeah, this was posted on the Saturday. So that's the double image. And then we also had this, which was posted on the 23rd. So this was posted today, earlier in the hours today at 2 in the morning. So this was the image of the Meganium, the double, and then also this kind of Mega Evolution text here as well. So let's take a look at this. So the top one, this, I don't know what this is. It looks like, I want to say it's Claunch's kind of claw. I don't know what else it really could be like. This is the red bit here. This is the kind of like top of the claw. And then this is kind of like maybe the body. So I don't know if they go into detail about a Clauncher form in this or something, but that's kind of my first initial thought about that image in the top left. Obviously, this is a new variation of the double. It says 2024 here. Don't know why I'd say 2020. I mean, it's a 2025 game, but obviously this image was created in 2024, so maybe that's why it says it. I don't know why they're scribbling that out, though. And I don't know why they're scribbling all these other things out either. But either way, so we have like a kind of a face-on version of this double, and then we also have the kind of side profile of the double as well. So that's that. We also have Mega Meganium as well. So this would be the grass fairy type that they're talking about. So for me, it kind of does look relatively legit. I like the design. I don't mind it. It does kind of give me the fairy vibes and stuff. It's obviously from the menu, like, you know, obviously in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, where you have your different Pokemon in like the box and stuff like that. That's what it's taken away from. Are they going to have the same sprites in Scarlet and Violet as they would in Pokemon Legends ZA? I don't know if they did in Legends. Like Legends Arceus, they just had the kind of... They had like a close-up of the Pokemon in the box, and then that was it. They didn't really have kind of sprites like this, I don't believe, off the top of my head. I think it was just kind of the close-ups of the face. So if this was going to be in Legends ZA, they would obviously have to overhaul how that would be. And then we also have this text here, which is obviously the Mega Evolution item, and then it has some text. So I'm assuming it says Mega Evolution or Mega Stone or something like that. So these are the images that it was accompanied with. The text has been accompanied with. I do like the idea of a Mega Meganium. I think a Grass Fairy Mega Meganium would be really cool, and I think it would be something that would make it competitively viable, because it just gets nothing. You know, Meganium, a lot of people dislike it because it's not very good, and I don't know, I'm a big fan of the Meganium line, so I want it to get something. So they then say new Pokemon ZA Part 2. So Part 1 is obviously what we've just gone over. There's not a lot of text here, but it says the other images I received, Meganium Knight and Menu Sprite Mega Meganium. So again, the menu sprite was different in Legends Arceus, so if this was legit, they would be just using the Generation 9 sprites and stuff, which again, I hope they don't. I hope they use the ZA. I hope they use in ZA what they did in Legends Arceus. It says, there is a ranch in Lumiose where you can exchange current terrain ride Pokemon. The person saw Go-Go and Dubwool. Doesn't seem like there is anything new for Go-Go. So, does that mean that Go-Go and Dubwool would be ride Pokemon? I mean, Go-Go makes sense as a rideable Pokemon, but like, what would Dubwool be doing? Would that be doing the kind of the same role as Ursaluna, where it's just kind of like sniffing stuff out or whatever? A little bit like Stoutland as well in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Is it going to be that kind of role? I don't know what else Dubwool would really do. But that's the first line of text. And then it also says there is a problem with a water power plant with, so Mega Chloritza. It's water steel and the battle is very hard. The person gave up for a bit and got mad, so that's up to where the images are. So it sounds like we might get more images. You know, they're getting mad at this Mega Chloritza and they can't be bothered to do it. So maybe if they get past this Mega Chloritza, they will produce some more images. Again, if this is real, which I'm not convinced that it is real. I just don't know why they would go to the Generation 9 sprites. I think they would just keep what they did in Legends Arceus as Legends ZA. But that's kind of all the images we got with it and the text. But we do also have this quickly to go over from Pokisutami, who said, the Japanese text for the Mega Meganium leak is good and is written in a way that fits Pokemon style of writing. So this is quite a big green flag, because usually with these kind of 4chan rumors, the Japanese text is just wrong. Like we had that evolution rumor a few weeks ago, and Pokisutami came out and said, yeah, this is just isn't how they would have written it. Even though it just literally said like the one word, which was I think ghost or something like that. It's just not what they would have done for the Japanese kind of with that Pokemon. But the text with this does make sense. So I'm assuming they're referring to this text here. So I don't know what it says. She doesn't say what it says. It just says that, you know, the writing is good and it's written in a way that Pokemon would also, you know, write it. And then a little later on, I'll see if I can find my Japanese copy of X and double check to see if it matches or not. So that's a green flag that the text, because that's usually a big thing. Like, the text is something that a lot of these kind of fake images get wrong. So if you get that right, it does give it a bit more credibility. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I love seeing images and stuff like that because it just gets me more excited. Even if they are fake, it's just better than your random like 4chan post like this. So yeah, it's nice to see them accompanied with images. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is legit or do you think it is fake? I'm going to say fake, obviously, because I just don't think they'll use the same menu sprites. But at the same time, I really hope to see Mega Meganium. But if this is true, it means we get Mega Johto and Mega Kalos starters, which is also not something I'd be expecting to see at all. But either way, let me know your thoughts on all of that. We do have some Nintendo Switch 2 stuff to go over as well today. So this was actually posted a few weeks ago on the 7th, well, a few weeks ago, last week on the 17th of September. It's posted on Metro saying Nintendo Switch 2 rumors are reaching fever pitch as imminent reveal teased. So basically, Nintendo invited quite a few people out to the kind of to Nintendo of America, and I'm assuming it's for the Switch 2 stuff, but either way, let's read on. So it says developers have supposedly been called in to talk to Nintendo this week as rumors persist of an imminent Switch 2 reveal. So Nintendo has always had a strained relationship with conventional logic, but if you were to guess when they were going to announce the next gen console, bearing in mind they said they'd do it before April, you'd assume it was going to be early next year. Not right now, when it could negatively affect Christmas sales of the current Switch. But over the last few weeks, there's been a constant stream of rumors that an announcement is imminent, perhaps within the next few weeks, or even days. There's never been any proof, and yet the rumors still continue. And so it is that today's whispers have centered around continued talk of a new Nintendo Direct and the suggestion that Nintendo of America has been having meetings with multiple developers. So what are the latest Nintendo Switch 2 rumors? So assuming the Switch 2, as it's nicknamed by fans, is no more than a year away at this point and potentially much less, every major publisher and developer must already know the basics of its design and roughly when it will be released. If it's just months away from launch, then even relatively small companies must be the know by now, or otherwise, without a head start, it would take them years to produce anything for the new console. So there is some evidence for this, with my team at Porsche developing Pathia games referring to the sequel being released for future Nintendo platforms yet to be announced. We went over that in, I think, yesterday's video or something like that. But then as well as that, we've got Josh Fairhurst saying, we had an awesome visit to Nintendo of America today. I'm grateful that we have such great partners at NOA. So that's the first time a third-party company has ever referred to the Switch 2 directly, and if more follow in the coming weeks, then you'll know it's because Nintendo gave them permission, and if they don't, you'll know that Pathia Games are in deep trouble. According to insider Liam Robertson, a lot of developers met with Nintendo of America this week, which was partially corroborated by Limited Run Games CEO Josh Fairhurst, who even took a photo of himself outside the Nintendo offices. So something is going on, but whether it's smaller developers' first introduction to the console or a warning of its imminent reveal is impossible to say at the moment. We also have Christopher Dring here, kind of quote retweeting what Andy Robinson said. Since the Switch launched, Nintendo has held a Nintendo Direct every September without fail, and usually around now, just saying. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's the 23rd today. I'm recording this before any kind of Switch 2 announcement or Nintendo Direct announcement, but we do usually get Directs in September. Could we get another Switch one this month? I personally don't think it is going to be for the Switch. If we do get any kind of Direct, it'd be for the Switch 2. But I still think that it's going to get revealed next month, early October. That's what everything's kind of lining up with. Obviously, because of the leaks, they may push it forward a tiny bit, but I generally don't know. But that is just also something to kind of take into account. And so will there be a Nintendo Direct this month? So at the same time, Chris String of GamesIndustry.biz and Andy Robinson of VGC have been making it very clear that they expect a Nintendo Direct this month. That in itself is no guarantee of a Switch 2 reveal, but if it doesn't talk about the new console, then it will likely be a fairly unexpected presentation in terms of new announcements and not the sort of thing to be highlighted in this fashion. So these aren't just random nobodies on 4chan dropping hints but trusted sources that rely on having a positive reputation. So if you want a completely unverified rumors as well, and we'll have that too this week. So a previously unknown source, again, that's just the kind of stuff we've already gone over recently. And there's absolutely no reason to believe that beyond any other random person on the internet, but the other information does certainly point to movement behind the scenes, and if a reveal happens in the next month or two, it will no longer be the shock it would have once been. So, yeah, the fact that kind of these third-party developers are also kind of going to Nintendo now and probably, you know, taking a look at the Switch 2 and everything, it's just more fuel to fire about this announcement happening soon. We also have Stealth talking about this as well. So the word on the street is many developers were invited to Nintendo of America yesterday. We don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was for the Switch 2 reveal. And then Limited Run Games were one of the companies invited. So, or related, not reveal. So yeah, it's again looking more likely that we are going to get this Switch 2 reveal soon. I still think it's going to be early October next month. That's what leakers have been saying. That's what the kind of idea is. around the announcement. And I really hope it is, because we are just kind of waiting for it now. It's so close. We can almost touch it, and it's going to be so hype as well. So that's the Switch 2 stuff. Let me know your thoughts and all that. And of course, more importantly, what are your thoughts on these images here? Do you think these images are true? Do you think they're fake? Do I want them to be true? I don't know. It'd be weird getting all the Mega Johto starters and Kalos starters, but I kind of like the idea of it as well. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I just want to see some gameplay. But like I say, the text, I guess works out. That's what, you know, Pokestutami says, who obviously is fluent in Japanese, so that's obviously a positive for it. But like I say, still take it with a grain of salt. It's 4chan at the end of the day. I hope we get more images. I hope this guy beats this Chloritza boss or something, so I can see some more stuff. But let me know your thoughts on everything that we did cover in today's video, though. Your thoughts on these images, your thoughts on the Switch 2 stuff, all that jazz. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like down below. Let's try to hit 500 likes. Obviously, leave a comment. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.